Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Business, and I'm going at it with this whole ranked shenanigans. I'm trying to do good, trying to make things happen, and this would be one of them. So, I really don't envy the life of cruisers in ranked, and you've already seen with the previous videos why. There's another reason. So, poor guy probably thought it was safe. Now check this. I gotta say, I'm not gonna toot my own horn too often, but look at this shot. Bending it right around. Holy shit. Boom. Oh man. This was a pretty good night for me. With this series of games, I think there were 7 matches. Ended up going 6-1, I believe, and I just finished up tonight my set of matches. I played 8 times and went 6-2. So I'm 1 win away from getting rank 5. So making some good hearty progress. I don't really have much to show you from tonight, so there probably won't be an immediate follow-up video from that like there is with this. And here's another cruiser that, yikes, takes another hell of a beating there from these awesome cannons. Well, when they actually hit, they're awesome. Been facing a lot more turpets lately, and I've seen pretty much all of them do the bow-on thing, and you can pretty much guarantee every North Carolina is going to do exactly that as well. I just got out of a match where I knocked out a North Carolina's front turret, one of the front turrets, and it just screwed them up, and there's a secondary kill. Getting a lot of those, but again, no close quarters expert rewards, or awards I should say, and that was a hell of a 10-hit salvo there, so all of my shells that I fired hit and did 25,000 damage against that turpets. And finishing up this match here, very close to winning, just need to finish off that injured, I think it's New Orleans and the turpets here, and was just kind of waiting for this turpets to figure out what he's doing. I wanted to see if he was going to come right at me, and so that's why I've come to a stop. I've been giving turpets a very wide berth in ranked. I don't want to get torped by him, so people seem, when I played the turpets, people seemed much the same way. They're giving me a lot of room to make the mistakes and start turning and dump the damage into me at that point, and secure the kill there. So 175,000 damage this match. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I like. So next match played, I overcorrected here. Like a dumbass, I end up on the beach, and that probably saved me from a fair bit of damage that I would have taken by running in there. Enemy Mogami, Miyoko, a couple of, well, there's a North Carolina over on the other side too. And I get real close to this Nagato on his backside. Not a good place for him, for me to be for him, I should say. Really nice salvo there. Just a moment later, Mogami starts to press in ahead of me, but he's not aiming at me. He's focusing on, I guess, the other cruiser that's in the middle there to the south. Probably not the best of ideas to rush in against towards an enemy, a Magi with any of these cruisers. And there's a Fubuki. I was kind of expecting that, actually. Particular player tends to hang out on the fringe of the fights and try to get people who straggle a little too far away from the middle. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's his entire MO. That's all I've seen him do as far as his playstyle. Mogami's still focused on something else, so gotta do my work. End his game, and This was actually a little closer than it may look, but, you know, well, a few of the ships were definitely not in the best of positions. Secured the kill against the North Carolina, and now all we have left is the Fubuki and the Tashkent, which, yeah, I think that was the other destroyer. This is kind of one of those things too, where I think I end up beaching myself at just the right moment, so something like that doesn't happen. But because I've probably beached myself a good I don't know, 7 or 8 times so far now in ranked, and it hasn't bit me in the ass yet. I dump a full salvo of HE into that destroyer, and you know my luck. Look at his health. But yay, I get the kill. So finally one of those worked out for me. This next match, however, this one turned out to be really ridiculous. I think I actually only hit 4 different targets, or 3 different targets, something like that. End up doing about 189,000 damage, and we lose. So yeah, wasn't overly excited about this one, but there's the Hiryu over there. I was trying to get our carrier to spot him again because I had a really good position against him, and I wanted to try to take him out. Unfortunately, that comes to not really help us out too much here in a moment where the other battleship that's on my team here, I think he's in the Nagato, he gets a lot of attention from the carrier and the Satago as well, which unfortunately I wasn't able to finish him off. I don't know what the hell happened to that salvo. Yeah, I guess I should have zoomed in and taken a look, but oh well. And I've definitely had a lot of those salvos where they just kind of disappear, they fan out like just before getting to the target, and it's been a mixture of frustration and elation when, you know, you're firing and you know, something like that just happened with the Atago, and then something like this happens with the Colorado. Oh man, yeah, that was fun. At this point, I'm trying to rush towards the Nagato and try to maximize our AA cover. I just wanted to try to protect him, or myself, obviously, if he, you know, if either one of us was the target. But now this actually ends up being a really good salvo right here. You see the rear turret has a fantastic angle. Look at how this comes in. Boom, right into the Citadel. That's the type of lead that I've been trying to do. And that's why the ship length is also something very important you need to calculate, just like in the first clip when I rounded that shot pretty much around the damn island, the corner there. You know, you have to take into consideration the dimensions of the ship, and that's why also when you're at really close quarters with an enemy battleship, the length of the ship will actually be a detriment to you being able to citadel the enemy battleship. So if he's 2 kilometers away and your front and rear turrets are going to be at a really sharp angle, your middle turret will be at the flattest angle. So you have to try to consider that. Sometimes it's just obviously at that range, you just dump every shot you can, but at the same time too, there's, if he just fired and you have some time to play with, try to calculate your shots a little bit more, because it's all the difference in the world between overpen, a bounce, or citadel. And you know, that's a huge factor in the close quarters fights, is the length of the ship. So always something to consider. But speaking of the Nagato and his problems, he gets taken out, and I actually didn't notice it, but I guess one of the other battleships pretty much cleared most of his health with a big salvo. I'm surprised that one didn't do more. So my response, obviously, is to do that. it's always at the losses that I get like the really, really good salvos and stuff, you know. So that's frustrating, but you know, this was the only loss of the night, and it came early too. So you know, it wasn't too much of a disappointment, all things considered. You know, bounced back from it pretty quick, and Colorado's just sitting there broadside, a juicy ass target, and wipe them out. I did take out the Nagato as well, but the 3 destroyers were off chasing our carrier. So 8 citadels and 40 other hits, 1600 base XP. You know, I was almost the top player on the game despite the loss, and a lot of damage. So moving on to Ocean, and my god, this one was interesting. Yeah, they have a pair of North Carolinas and 3 destroyers remaining. This ends up being one of the closest finishes I've had ever, actually. I just did have another really, really close one where we only managed to win by points with like 12 or 15 seconds left or something like that. This one's closer, just a little bit closer. And we had kind of been pushed around a little bit. I wasn't able to get any good leads on their North Carolinas, and enemy Hatsuharu, as we pushed away from B here, he came in and capped it for his team. So pay attention to the clock up in the top left and the points total, and you know, try to pay attention to all these little factors, because you're able to, obviously, in the replay, watching somebody else play, it's you know, it's interesting how many more things you pick up on. But this is one of the reasons why I watch replays pretty frequently, you know, and try to improve my spatial awareness, my management of both time, my reload and the enemy's reload, so on and so forth. The thing I'm trying to get better with right now is remembering the various destroyer torpedo reload times. There's a lot of crap to remember, honestly, if you're trying to be on top of everything, of course. I'm trying to chase down the enemy destroyer here. There's 2 left, and we don't know where the other one is, and I keep hitting him with just enough HE to take out his propulsion, or, you know, whatever the case may be, to kind of keep him in my sights and keep him lit. So since he's within the detection range, and I'm not sure if you know this, but it's always worth pointing out some of those little facts and stuff. If you're on fire, your concealment range is larger, so, or smaller technically, but whatever. So you're able to be spotted from further away when you're on fire. That's why if you can, shooting HE at destroyers is crucial, because if you catch them in between repairs, you could keep them lit and on your radar for a lot longer, in addition to the 20-second cooldown from when they fire their cannons. You know, their that flared concealment range. And so we only have, let's see, there's 95 seconds remaining. We're down 32 points. And sweet dodge. Not gonna lie, I was happy with that. Actually, really surprised again tonight. I swear to God, there were a good half dozen different salvos of torpedoes that I was just swerving through like a boss. Holy shit! I wish that happened more often. It actually makes me look like I know what I'm doing. So at this point, obviously, just getting on the cap is worthwhile enough, because of the fact that it stops their points from going up. So there's only 57 seconds remaining, and we're now about 20 points away at this point. And I'm expecting him to be kind of off to my starboard side here. And the reason I have my guns trained this way too is if he's to the right, you know, I'll obviously cut to the right and everything. It just seems like it would feel more natural for him to be within this particular range. Now check this out. This left torpedo, watch the timer, and Just in the nick of time. Hell yes. And just like that, we win. Yay. So close to being a defeat. Oh my god. Now, this isn't something I recommend doing. That's a Kiev. And any second now. That is a shitload of torps. A really dangerous situation to be in. I really should not have done that. But I didn't want this guy getting in our backfield after capping A, so I was like, screw it. I haven't done anything yet this match, as you can see with my damage total, 6 minutes in, and it's pretty abysmal. Didn't really have much opportunity to do much of anything, and at this point, I know that the I can go ahead and close in on the destroyer because he did just launch torps. I've got plenty of time to be able to run in, and if need be, I'm going to ram the son of a bitch, because I know he's right behind this island, and I was getting myself mentally prepared for the ram, and hopefully getting a ramming flag, because that would be pretty sweet. But secondaries finish him off. For this, I just wanted to show blow up the mini map for pretty much an entire match, show you the movements of a particularly good team. We didn't lose anyone this match, but if you watch how they behave and really stick together, at this point, I'm breaking off to try to stop them from capping B, just by throwing some damage down. The lead ship there is in North Carolina, and I'm trying to draw them out to chase me. And you can see that a few more ships are getting into A, and then they're turning around as they see a couple other ships are coming in, and our destroyer that came up behind me, he certainly launched torps. But the way that this team flowed and reinforced each other was incredible, just freaking awesome to watch. And when it happens, it's really fantastic to get the teamwork going like that. So this is the tail end of the match, and I am engaging an enemy turpets, and again you'll see me give this guy a wide berth. I want to have a bit of a buffer zone and try to control the engagement here and not give him the opportunity to have his torps be a part of this. That puts me in a position where I'm exposing my side when I don't want to, that sort of thing. I'm trying to time my turn between his salvos, and of course I only have 25 seconds from when it hits, so it's just something to consider. And the thing is, he has 3 turrets on the main cooldown and 1 rear turret on a separate cooldown, so that's why he just hit me a second ago, and I wasn't aware of that at the time. So see his 2 front turrets come in and hit me there. So now if he turns to his left, his back turrets are completely out of play for good 30 seconds as they turn around. And he's given me his side, and you can see the back turrets there. Obviously, I'm in total control of this engagement here. Even if he launched torps, they're not going to be able to catch me, and that's how you handle a turpets. And granted, there are moments where they may do something totally unexpected, or you may have had to focus on a different ship and end up with a kind of a bit of a surprise or whatever. But either way, and props to this guy too for backing me up. We have a friendly Nagato also hitting the turpets over here too. And that was pretty much the end of that match. Hell of a team. Nobody died. not very frequent occurrence in rank, that's for sure. But definitely one of the better teams as well. So always happy when that happens. And just showing off some of the results again from that night. I just wanted to point out too that if you're interested in getting into ranked, or you get to rank 10 or whatever, the turbits will definitely earn you with premium about double what you see here with the Amagi. I did also want to just say, stop bringing the freaking Atlanta. It's not good for ranked. It's really out of place. I can explain in the comment section if you want, but either way, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you back here soon, guys. Take care.